everyone, it's Bailey from Making It from the Midwest, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to get a look in under 10 minutes. This look in particular, but also I just wanted to share with you tips and tricks, certain products and techniques that I use to get any look in under 10 minutes. It's kind of like your go-to 10-minute makeup kit, that just those products that you always know to look for in your kit when you have 10, maybe 15 minutes to get ready in the morning. This actually started out as a 15-minute, I was pretty generous. I said, let's do this in under 15 minutes, but turns out I did it in less than 10. So that's what this look takes. If you want to see all those tips and tricks, please continue watching. Oh, also, before we get started, you might notice that video quality is slightly different. It's because my other camera is on the fritz, so I went back to my camcorder. And so if there's some coloring differentiation or grittiness, that's why I'm working on getting it fixed stat. But until then, this will do. So let's just get started. Yeah. So I should have a tutorial going on one of the sides. I'm going to split screen this because I didn't actually speak throughout this entire, when doing this look, because I didn't want to compromise any, although I show products to the camera, so I don't know what that's about. But, so I'm going to be narrating on this side, as you probably already know. For foundation, I went and used my Inglot AMC Cream Foundation. I've been raved about this before, and I still work it in with a brush. Despite being under a time crunch, I love the look and feel of having makeup that's been buffed in with a buffing brush. This is the Real Techniques buffing brush, and I just find that it lasts a lot longer too. I'm happier with the finish, it lasts a lot longer, and obviously it didn't compromise any of the time I needed to get ready. Next up is concealer. This one is by Youngblood. It's their ultimate concealer, I believe, in the shade Fair. Yes, as fair as they come. Applying that with Bdellium, this Bdellium 787, just what I always use for concealer. Again, using a brush because I like the way it just applies things, and I found that I had enough time to do a quick swipe, and it helps it stay more. I like the way it finishes. That explains that. I even had time to take that same buffing brush and go into this Sexy Mama by The Balm, which is just it's a translucent setting powder, although it doesn't look translucent. It looks like it has a blush tone. It really is, so to really help things stay. And then we moved on to my eyes. I started priming with this Kryolan eyeshadow primer, which I've really been loving. A review has yet to go up on the blog, but it will soon because I've really been enjoying this. It's just a clear eyeshadow base. So that went all over the eyes, kind of did a mess of tugging and pulling, which you are not supposed to do, so if you can avoid it, please do so, but I did anyway. All over the eyelids, up into the brow bone, even on the lower lash line. Then I went in with my IT Cosmetics Luxe High Performance Hydrating Eyeshadow Trio. That is a mouthful. And here's, I guess, where the first tip or trick comes in. I always gravitate towards small eyeshadow palettes. When I go to big, like even the Naked palette, something that looks basic like neutrals, when you have that many colors, I either A, get overwhelmed, or B, get distracted and I end up playing in it for longer than 10 minutes. So I always like to stick with something very simple like this, or like a drugstore quad, something to that effect, just so I don't get sidetracked and I can really, it just creates this a nice basic. You have your light, your mid-tone, your dark range. So I started by applying this pinky tone on my inner corner and my brow bone. I don't know why I'm explaining this. Like I said, I picked these because they're pretty self-explanatory. This gray taupe kind of shade went in on the outer half of my eyelid. And then I went in with the darkest shade and just deepened that up a little bit. I mean, it could get a little bit darker because these are very pigmented shadows, but I'm not looking for anything dramatic because obviously this look is about the lips. So once that, I also use the same brush is another tip. Just find a kind of an all-purpose flat shader. The one I used was an e.l.f. I'm pretty sure it's just a general eyeshadow brush. You could use the Real Techniques eyeshadow brush. Whatever brush you feel like you can get the most good out of, use that one. That way you're not fumbling through your collection trying to look for 3 different kinds of brushes when in reality you could just use one to get a pretty decent eyeshadow look. So once the eyeshadow look was done, I moved on to mascara. For that I used this Maybelline, the one by one Volume Express, I think that's what it's called. I just put one coat of this all over my lashes. When you are thinking of mascaras that you want to use, some of you will only have one and so it'll be an easy choice. But if you have like a range of mascaras to choose from, as I do, go for one that lays it on thicker, but you don't have to worry about kind of running over your lashes with a fine-tooth comb trying to separate them. Just, you want the lowest maintenance mascara possible. Then once the mascara is done, I moved on to the face, and again, much like I do with these simple eyeshadow palettes, I kept it simple with a face palette. This is the Too Faced Natural Face Palette, and I just find that, again, I'm not having to fumble through my collection to find the right bronzer, the right contour, the right blush. It's all here. So I used the bronzing veil with my Real Techniques contour brush to create these cheekbones you see here, and then I went in with this blush and just put that in. What did I use? Oh, I just used an angled crown brush, I believe, that came in my pink brush roll kit, and I patted that on the apples of my cheeks. And actually, I think I skipped a step. In between there, I took eyebrow gel. It was the one from my My Glam bag, and I'm not sure of the brand. Let me find it. Here it is. The brand is Cella, and I did this, one, because I like to gel my brows in general, but two, to show you that you can get a little brow action in there despite, you know, having a time limit of 10 minutes. So I did that. You could probably even afford to do more than just that, shading it in with an eyeshadow. Maybe you find an eyeshadow palette that has a matte brown or whatever eyeshadow matches your eyebrows, and you go for it. So that is what I did. That's the brand I used. All right, last step is lipstick, and this is the Maybelline. They make it really hard to know what you are using. Color Sensational lipstick in the shade Berry Blissful. This is a new shade, and I'm so proud of this purchase. This was 50 cents, people. Check your local grocery stores. I have Jewel Osco's near me. This was in a grocery cart for 50 cents, along with a few other nice, like, who made those Maybelline limited edition nail polishes. One of those was in there, 50 cents as well. Great deal. I digress though. This is in the shade Blissful Berry, and I like to use deep shades when I go very basic or have a very quick look on my face, just because for some reason to me, wearing a deep lip just seems like you put some thought and effort into your look. I don't know why, and I don't know if anybody else feels the same way, but it's just the way I feel, and so I put on a deeper berry lip to kind of bring this look together and make it look more polished as opposed to just going nude and out the door, which is totally an option if you want something more natural, but to me this just is a little more put together. So that is it. That's all I used to get this look. It was very fast and easy and very appropriate for fall. Like I said though, this was really meant to not only give you a tutorial but also give you tips and tricks so that you could create your own look in under 10 minutes, kind of your own makeup kit that's for a 10-minute look. So I hope it did its job, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Bye!